Though Titan's Return Blurr was a well-received mold, the deco, for some, was just drab and lacking in energy, something no version of G1 Blurr should ever be. Luckily, Takara's Legends toy line gave him the show-accurate treatment. While multiple blues donned both the American and Japanese releases, the shades on Legends Blurr contrast beautifully. Also, the layout is fairly spot on to the cartoon, save for some missing dark blue paint apps. I reviewed the retool Brainstorm years ago, which added wings, altered the nose and fenders, and switched the antenna for a tail fin. Despite the changes, it still felt more like a hover car than a jet. Maybe if they shortened the fenders, or had them fold in half, it could have worked. But regardless of who or what it is, I've always loved how rock solid this mold feels. Though this is a hover car, they actually bothered working in 3 wheels for it to roll. Blurr's gun has a post and a port for it to plug under the nose, or in either fender. As part of the Titan's Return play pattern, Blurr has both a functioning cockpit and a couple small pegs for Titan Masters. Blurr's robot mode is, likewise, mostly pulled from the cartoon. The deco I can't fault, and the only major design discrepancy is the extra bulk on his lower legs. It's not like it diminishes Blurr's sleek profile that much. The head is slightly compromised thanks to the Titan Master gimmick, but even then, between the proportions and sharper features, the face is actually sculpted better than on the more recent Studio Series Blurr. They even had the antenna collapse so that the minifigure functions properly. In the Legends toy line, said minifigure is Blurr himself, who, as a head, connects to and controls a non-sentient robot body. In Titan's Return, it's a separate character, Hyperfire, whom Blurr is bonded with. Both versions have some nice colour variety to them, something that remained consistent with Takara, but lessened over time with Hasbro. As heads, all Titan Masters, including the ones sold on their own, are compatible with the line's Deluxes, Voyagers and Leaders. As for Blurr himself, the car nose detaches to form both a shield and a small vehicle for the minifigure to pilot. I've always felt this guy was near perfect, certainly one of my favourite Chog toys, tight in both modes, looks fantastic, and packing plenty of play value. If you just want the mold, no matter the character, Titan's Return Blurr is probably the most affordable version of it on the aftermarket. But where I stand, Legends L-25 Blurr speeds his way to the top. Yes, I think this beats the Studio Series figure. See you in the new year.